some of the best lessons in life you can learn is from playing sports. Okay, whether you're good, bad, mediocre, whatever, right? Because you learn how to deal with certain teammates you like, you don't like. You understand your role on the team, whether you're a star or a contributor or you're just a role player, and also dealing with coaches, right? And the reason I'm saying this is I remember some bosses that I had, ones I liked, and remember the ones I didn't like more. And I had one in particular. I worked at Goldman Sachs for 4 years, and had a boss there who I particularly did not like. And I just remember thinking that I'm going to take the bad parts of her and know how I feel as she's dealing with me and other people, and understand how I'm not going to treat people going forward. So you learn more, I think, from the bad than you do from the good, for sure. And I'll never forget that. And I relay that to coaches, right? Where, you can easily talk back, but you still learn to kind of like put your head down and shut up. And then realize when you get to that position of power or management, that you remember how you felt and make sure not to do, what they did to you. Yeah. So you have to be open to interviewing everyone. You can get a sense when you're talking to somebody when they don't give you canned responses and they're being thoughtful and they're being proactive of asking you questions, because you want that when you're hiring an analyst. You want someone who's going to ask questions and not just wait for you to ask them. And you can get a sense just from the general energy, right? And then if you ask them in an informal conversation certain things about not just your business but about life, and if they have a response, it's not. Yes, the response will be rarely prepared, but it's a little bit more thoughtful. We're working together 12, 14 hours a day, and it's very collegial, and you have to make sure that it's the right personality fit. I mean, personality more than anything. You can be the smartest person in the world, and you may not fit in. Yeah. It's very easy for a junior person just to be a processor, right? But it's really the ones who, especially from the very beginning, come in and ask you why, like, what does this mean? Right, when you're looking at cash flow, when we're building like cash flow of something we're doing, like a building, we're selling a building. I'm not just saying like, I'm going to give them some inputs as to how to value this. I want them to ask me why. Why are you doing this? Maybe we can look at it this way, maybe rightfully or wrongfully so. But they're just thinking a little bit further, because those are the ones that are successful, the ones that are really digging in deeper and trying to figure out why we're doing certain things versus just processing and executing. I would say, don't be afraid to use your resources for conversation. What I mean by that is if you have family, friends, if your parents have friends, if you have friends of, parents of your friends, just don't be afraid to approach them for a conversation. You're not asking them for a job. You're asking them for advice. Like, don't feel like it's an imposition. Everyone starts out at the same age, right? I'm not saying same position. Everyone was young once, and everyone was looking for advice. So just don't be afraid. And I will never say no to somebody, because I remember the people that took time to speak to me, and I also remember the people who didn't take time to speak to me. You find that people for the most part are good and they're willing, and just never be afraid to have that conversation, because you don't know what's going to come of it.